Yeah. Yeah. We shouldn't be too long after. So immediately then again, I can feel there's a nervousness there, and that's coming through in that pulsation in her belly. Okay?
It's crazy when
it really comes strong. It's actually far more common in younger women, I find. But not all, I've definitely seen it in men as well.
So you can see.
Jaw tension to me is the opposite. Jaw tension to me is people that don't express themselves.
And sleep is always
Yeah. All right, so first, like I said, first don't come in poking and prodding, especially with somebody nervous. All right, so again, I'm thinking head massage right away. All right, because you can just see some nervousness. But again, we can feel this nice big toe belly band being. It's not quite a rock in there, but there's definitely something going on right here. Yeah. Whereas she's not that bad through here, like the upper little toe band. I mean, that's not that sore or anything, is it? No. The delta band's a bit tighter, and then but as we get to that the big toe belly band is definitely something going on right there. If you want to have a feel, you can feel that sort of the pulse a bit, and it's kind of lumpy. That's why I say it's almost a rock, but not quite. This is a stage before a rock in the belly. Can you feel that? There's a sort of... And this would also be, if we were reversing a rock in the belly, this would be the first stage of reversing it, where you can feel it's not solid. Like a rock in the belly to me is something really solid. Hers moves a bit, but it's still kind of a bit gnarly in there, right?
Yeah.
Plus, we got the pulse there. What's that?
How much?
Yeah. All right. So I'm expecting from diagnosing in there my suspicion is the big toe belly band. Okay. So I can diagnose from here, but I can feel the other bands while I'm here. And again, with the delta band here, it's not too bad. Okay. It's like 5 out of 10. There's tension there, but it's not that bad. Right. So I'm not, but I am picking up a bit more here, which is interesting because I didn't pick that up so much here. So sometimes I might come back up and just confirm, a bit there. But I'm more interested in that big toe belly in particular. That's what's standing out to me. But all this other stuff is definitely important. And then again, we can look at her toes. We do see a bit of a compression happening, right? Whether that's from shoes or something, but there's stuff going on where they're pushed like that. Right. So I would definitely want to see those kind of open up, especially, she's younger. You're pretty young, aren't you? Like 20s or something?
No,
How old are you?
I'm nearly 32.
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing pretty well. But we still, that's young for me. That's 18 years or something younger. So if we left this tension another 20 years, it's going to get pretty bad, and you leave it 40 years. And that's what you see with people, right? So we want to correct this, and it's so much easier correcting people in their 20s and 30s. Easy. 40s starts to get more difficult. 50s, tensions become quite stubborn. It's quite a trip to get out. 60s and 70s, it's even more difficult. And 80s, it's like, fuck, You wouldn't believe some of the 80-year, like I said, this woman, she's a great person. She was so tight in her 80s. So she's not that bad, but you can see that they're starting. Okay, we got the starts of things. And so, but I want to confirm what I was feeling up there. How is her big toe belly band? And in particular here, this feels very tight. All right, so along that arch of her foot. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that's confirming that. So I'm already thinking, okay, we need to, and the big toe, it doesn't want to go anywhere, right? So the whole thing feels a bit jammed. It's going to be jammed up into here. And then I'm also wondering what's going on this side. whether that's involved in it. I would definitely work on the whole big toe in order to correct this, yeah? But she's also got, at the same time, she's got fairly flexible. She's another one, sort of fairly, you could not use how flexible she is to diagnose how tight she is, because she's got pretty, like, that's pretty good. It's probably better than I've ever had in my life in terms of moving that way. And so again, almost see how those ones are going. And then I'll have a feel of this side and see if it's the same, because it feels quite different. Again, I'm feeling that even more of a rock in one way here. You can feel how it feels just like a solid rock there. But here I'm picking up quite a lot more on this upper little toe band than I was on this side. Okay, so a definite difference here. I'm almost thinking this right leg's worse, actually. But it's hard to tell between here and here. They're both pretty tight. All right, but this upper little toe band definitely feels worse. And I was picking that up as soon as I came to her knee too. I could definitely pick up like the delta band, but in particular that upper little toe band is very tight through here, coming right up into the hip here. I haven't felt her arms yet. Yeah. They're kind of tight too. But, yeah. Again, this thumb feels very tight in here. Yeah, that's all jammed up. So the thumb feels like it's kind of jammed up in there a bit. You know, like I'm just like, nah, the thing's not wanting to go. My fingers are moving. And again, I can diagnose from around the wrist. I'm mostly probably picking up this inner thumb band being particularly tight, like right in here. And that's going to get her right in here, you know, and then come across the front here. With a, you know, I'd also want to check out how's that outer thumb band, and there's definitely some, you know, gnarly tension coming up and into the side of her neck.
Revenge.
Yeah, always, you don't want people pulling away from you. You know? Yeah. So again, both thumbs. This finger doesn't really want to move as much. This hand actually feels possibly worse than the other one. But I would still, yeah, you see all of this is pretty, I was going to say, this shoulder's pretty tight, like in here, inner wrist band, inner thumb band, outer wrist band, upper little finger band. You know, the whole thing's feeling pretty tight, especially as it comes up here. It actually feels like if she keeps doing whatever it is that's causing tension, the shoulder's going to start to seize up a bit.
Send it on her way.
Send her on her way. Whereas with you, yeah, it might be a 30-hour investment, you know? All right, so we're definitely getting some tension here. All right, that's quite tight. And I always look at with this band in particular, because we got a junction spot of that little finger, outer little finger band meeting the other two bands here, which are your big toe sacrum and your Achilles band, right? And this area, so a lot of people will say, oh, I got a knot in my back right here. So often we need to figure out where's that coming from. But also what I found for a lot of people is this can be tight because they're tight in the front. So back tension can actually come from the front. So if somebody's got tension and it's pulling them forward like this, it'll appear in their back, but no matter what you do on their back, it won't release until you release the front, and the shoulders can go back and the tension just goes away. But anyway, we can confirm that to see whether that's actually what I would call a true big toe sacrum band by having a feel of the band, like for example through here. So you've got the big toe belly band coming here, and the big toe sacrum band coming here. And they're actually both tight, quite tight. Okay, so, and again, it's just really tight through here as they're starting to get closer together. So the two bands are kind of coming in like this.
What's the two, where'd they come together again?
Around here, where it becomes quite difficult to distinguish between them. I have still felt it with more of a chopstick or something, but with your fingers it just starts to feel like one big band, but it's actually two bands just running beside each other.
So the big toe belly And then the where's
Big toe belly
Yeah.
hugs the ankle, okay? It almost, I call it hiding under the ankle. See how I'm right here? That's where the big toe belly band is, okay? And it's coming right around the ankle, whereas the big toe sacrum band is more in there. Bit more difficult to feel, actually, but it then is going to come this way, right? And it comes here, up and into the sacrum, and then up her back and into here, which is effectively where we can feel it to, but I believe it comes, energetically you can feel it, and it joins on with the big toe belly band up in here, okay? Whereas the big toe belly band is going to come right beside this bone here. It often hugs underneath it, so it's just under here, and then it goes through here and then through the groin and up the front, okay? So they're close like this, but then one's going to continue up the front of the body and one continues up the back, okay? So both very important bands, and then I reckon that one goes over the head here. We can't feel that, and they join in somewhere here. All right, so one's coming up the front here, and then into here, and one's coming up the back. Okay, so again, we can feel how are her ankles. They've got at least a good range of movement. They feel really like there hasn't been any major injuries to the ankle, which is good, but they still feel tight, like in here and in here. These energy spots feel tight, but the actual joint itself feels like it's going to move really well, which is good. All right, so we'll just have a quick feel with the other foot. Again, definitely I can feel some tension like through here, which is that Achilles band. Again, okay, through here. Yeah, right in the center. This one is often very deep. Okay, if you go too light, you won't even feel it. And it's where you can use tools and things like that.
See, this one here, in a sense, is also related in reflexology to the diaphragm.
That's right,
Yeah.
and the belly, yeah. Okay, so then we can feel up that band, and again, we can feel it's tight all the way up into her hips, right? And the Achilles band comes this way. So you've got the big toe sacrum band here, and the Achilles band is here, right beside it. So two running parallel up the back, yeah? She's kind of tight in both of them. A lot of people find it hard to feel that. That's the Achilles band. And the big toe sacrum is there. Yeah? And they're just going to basically come up here and up into the neck. Yeah? So she's kind of tight in both of those. And again, we've got that outer little finger band. Remember I was talking about that? That's the one that comes this way and into here. So you can feel a lot of people where that joins is where, yeah, most people are like, I got a knot in the middle of my back, okay? It's because it's that intersection of these two bands, the big toe, sacrum, and the Achilles, and this one. And everybody's like, yeah, I'm really tight in here, okay? We have to distinguish, when they say that, where's it coming from? One, two, or all three of the bands. All right, thank you very much. Plenty of work for us.